Hey, this is me, Mr. 13, yes, me, Rattlehead Triple 13, and yes, as a way of ending, or may I say, saying goodbye to 2012, I listed the positives and the negatives of 2012. And yes, here I behold a list, the positives of 2012, which would be number 1, attending to the 2012 Gigantour with Megadeth, Motorhead, Lacuna Coil, and Volbeat. Yes, it was like one of the first metal shows I attended to in a lifetime. And yes, I plan on going to another metal show, hopefully. I remember going to that show like it was yesterday. I remember, attending to my first show, my first metal show. I remember walking in the stadium. It was in Glens Falls in New York, where I went to see the show. I went to the stadium or whatever, and there was this thick fog filled the room. No, filled the whole stadium. And the first thing that came in my head was, someone must have smoked a lot of weed here. I mean, it honestly did look like someone smoked a whole lot of weed in the stadium. But yes, I went in there. Yeah, there was just smoke. It was just thick with smoke. And yes, I remember, Lacuna Coil coming on first. Then I think Volbeat. Then Motorhead came on and everyone was like, Lemmy, Lemmy. We were just chanting Lemmy. And then the final performance was Megadeth. I remember when they put up the curtain and then all of a sudden the intro to the song Trust by Megadeth comes on. And then when it got to the big riff, the curtain started falling down, the lights started flashing, and there was Dave Mustaine with his double neck guitar, and I went apeshit screaming, "Oh my God, it's Dave!" Yes, because I'm a huge Dave Mustaine fan. And I remember when Dave Mustaine noticed me in the crowd, and yes, he pointed me out, and then, I got, excited. Yeah, I remember when he performed his recent song, what was it called? What was that? Public Enemy #1. Yes, it was exciting when he performed that song along with this other song from the album 13. Yes, moving on. Number 2. Awesome metal albums like Megadeth's 13 and Fear Factory's Industrialist. Yes, I do own a copy of Fear Factory's recent album, The Industrialist. And yes, I gotta say, it was the album itself is phenomenal. And yes, 13, yes, I got Megadeth's 13, but I don't have it in CD. I have it digital. And yes, I'm thinking about buying the CD version of Megadeth's 13, yes, because I decided to go back to buying CDs and digital because I started missing the booklets and stuff that you get from an actual CD. And yes, number 3, getting my Ibanez bass. Yes, got my first bass, and yes, here it is. Yes, and I'm practicing bass, I've been practicing bass for a bit. Yeah. No, not gonna do a show. Back to the list. Number 4. We survived December 21st, 2012. And yes, I won the bet on that day. And number 5. Jersey Shore, yes, the show, is canceled. That is one of the greatest things of 2012. And number 6. Got a new camcorder. Yes, what I'm using right now is my new camcorder. And, Now, moving on to the negatives of 2012. Yes, moving on to the negatives. Yes. Like, for starters, number one, Nicki Minaj's garbage hits like Starships and Stupid Ho. Oh, Jesus. I remember when I heard these songs. Those songs were freaking terrible, generic, and all that shit. And, no, I mean, with the most retarded lyric lines, like lyric from the song Starships that goes, "Starships were meant to fly." No shit. I thought starships were meant to be driven on the highway. Yeah, and I remember that stupid hoe song that went like, "You a stupid hoe, you a stupid hoe, you a stupid hoe." Terrible song. Listening to that song made me feel violated. Number 2. Lil Wang announcing his retirement, but decides to do one last album, which means people will still be talking about Lil Wang for a year or two. Hopefully it's only 1 or at least 2 years. Then he'll be forgotten. Yes, I remember hearing about Lil Wayne, announcing his retirement. And others were saying, oh, it's a publicity stunt. And, all that stuff, saying it's all bullshit and whatever. Moving on to number 3, YOLO. I remember when people started first using that phrase, or may I say acronym, YOLO, standing for You Only Live Once. Yeah, I remember hearing, they were like this. They were like freaking like, oh, I got into a car accident, YOLO. Oh, I shot up heroin, YOLO. Oh, I'm high as hell, YOLO. Oh, I'm 16 and I'm pregnant, YOLO. Oh, I got STDs, YOLO. Oh, I got herpes, YOLO. And the whole list goes on. And yes, I am keeping my fingers crossed right now that becomes forgotten. But no doubt it will. Number 4, swag. Yeah, with those posts talking about swag like, oh, you don't need this when you have swag. Yeah, like, you don't need brain cells when you have swag. Sorry, but I prefer my intelligence over swag. Yeah, I think logic is a better choice than swag itself. Number 5, bandwagons like Kony 2012. And no, I'm not going to be discussing these bandwagons. Number 6, Hostess going out of business. Yes, the Twinkie factory. How are we going to survive the apocalypse? How are we going to survive a nuclear apocalypse or a zombie apocalypse? How? Well, at least we have canned food and bottled beverages and whatever. Let's see, number 7, mass shootings that happened within 2012. And no, I'm not going to be talking about these mass shootings that happened in 2012. Number 8, 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, God. I remember reading some of those books. Seriously, the writing was terrible. And it was weird, and I felt awkward just reading reading the book or whatever. Number 9, Honey Boo Boo. Just thinking about a parent exploiting a child. No, just thinking about it. No, a child that hasn't hit puberty yet, wearing makeup, skimpy clothes, and all that shit, and competing in beauty pageants. Now, I'm not going to rant about this because I might make a video about it one day. I'm not sure if I will, but I'm planning on to. And number 10, people actually believing, yes, there were actually people believing that December 21st, 2012 is the end of the world when we actually survived. Yeah, it's 2013. I knew we were going to make it. I knew it was all bullshit. and stuff. And yes, I had friends that actually believed that the world was going to end. I knew people that say that, oh, the world's going to end December 21st, 2012. We're doomed. Yeah. Explain to me why it's 2013 and why we're still here. Explain it again. But like I've said, it's another year 2000. Prophecy fail, whatever. And last but not least, number 11, missing the Mayhem Festival show, 2012. Yeah, that was the biggest bummer. I wanted to go see Slipknot, Slayer, and all these awesome bands there, and along with Motorhead. But what I didn't like about the Mayhem Festival was crappy post-metalcore bands like Asking Alexandria and what's that other band called? The Devil Wears Prada. Those bands, I don't even get why they would be touring in the Mayhem Festival in the first place. Because they're total shit, in my opinion. And they're not actually metal. Well, I'm not going to rant on about this, but yes. Yes, this has been my video of the negatives and the positives of the year 2012. And yes, let's all see what 2013 has to bring us all. Tell you this, to be honest, I honestly think that 2013 started positively for me. Because for one, I got good grades, and I'm not going to make a whole list of it, but for me personally, 2013 could be a good year for me. And yes, I hope it's a good year for you too. And yes, that is it for the video. Thanks for watching. And yes, Mr. 13 is out.